Hello again. This is lesson 5 of chapter 10 about describing a process, and it is the last lesson regarding task 1. Remember last time I gave you a task to write a description describing a process of manufacturing plastic paper clips. This was the assignment. Write 150 words describing the flow chart. So this is a flow chart in the following slide. This is the one you remember. And we talked about the steps going from top to bottom. And I gave you some of the verbs to use. And we insisted on using the passive, first of all, and using sequencing words. Now this is a sample writing. The flow chart, or we can call it a diagram. But if you call it flow chart, it is better because the diagram is a general, name. Just like when we said earlier, the graph. Graph is a general name of a number of types of figures. And when we say a bar chart, pie chart, line graph, these are specific names, but all of them are graphs. Here again, it is the same. We can call it diagram, but it is in specific, it is a flow chart. So the flow chart or the diagram shows, now what does it show? The production of plastic paper clips from a small factory. You can add, these are few things you can add from a small factory or from a big factory or whatever. So the major thing is that what it is about the production of plastic paper clips. Again, general idea. In general, there are 4 main stages in the process. If you go through the flow chart, you can find that there are 4. First of all, putting the colored molds or the molten plastic into molds. And then we have checking, another process of checking. These are 3. And the final one is packing and dispatching. So in general, there are 4 main stages in the process. 2 of these stages involve actual preparation of the clips, while the other 2 consist of quality control. Okay, you can put it in any way you like, and you can divide it in any way. Again, here the phrase here to begin with. When we are talking about a process, we want to start the talking about the process. We can use this phrase. So to begin with, molten plastic is poured. You see, is poured. You can see that. You remember the black oval shape where the word molten plastic is written in the flow chart. So the molten plastic is there. Then it is poured. Poured where? Into 3 different molds. You remember the colored mold? So here, into 3 different molds depending on the color required. The colors are red, blue, and yellow. You remember these colors. Once these clips come out from the molds, they are checked for strength. I remember this step. Once they come out of the molds, they are checked for strength by a quality control machine. Unsatisfactory clips are rejected. You remember this one? I mentioned it to the right, reject, and I told you that it could be rejected. Those that are not strong enough, so are rejected. In the 3rd stage, this is another phrase, the clips are sorted. You remember this step? Are sorted by hand into 2 groups, mixed colors, you remember, to the left, and single colors to the right. When this stage is complete, you see, we use different phrases. Instead of keeping saying first, next, second, third, etc., we can use different to show different phrases to show the sequence of steps. So when this stage is complete, the groups are checked a second time to ensure that the color mixtures are divided correctly into single colors and mixed colors. This is the, you remember, the third, the next one. And finally, the last step, the clips are packed and sent to the market. See, packed and sent, not are sent, because these are in the same sentence. Okay, finally, the clips are packed and sent to the markets. The conclusion, to sum up, the most important steps in the process are the quality control checks. See, this is a general idea.